Hey everyone, it's week 35 and welcome to another Project Life Process video. I'm just going to jump right in here. I did not have a good picture of myself for this week, so I just took a selfie and then decided to cut myself out. I've done this before in a layout that was back in March, I think, and I really loved how it turned out. I think it was actually one of my favorites of the whole album, so I'm doing the exact same thing again. And I'm using a pattern paper from the Basic Grey Second City collection because I think that teal goes with some of the other colors in this spread. And I really love how this turns out. I would do this every single week, but I think it might get old, so I've tried to space it out a little. I think I'm going to do it one more time in the album this year, so I think that's 3 times total. And then here I'm taking a label from one of Kelly Purkey's kits. These cut apart labels come in her kits every single month, and I really like them, but I've kind of neglected them, and I have them in almost every single color now, so in the last couple spreads I've been pulling these out all the time. And they're just really versatile. They're great for journaling and stamping, and it's just kind of hard to make them look bad. And then I'm going to do my weekly date label stamp that I do in the top left picture, and that's inspired by Kelly Purkey. And so I'm just using her date label stamp, and then I'm using her hybrid ink in the blue color. It comes in a set of 4, and that is one of my favorite blues. I like that one, and also Ultra Blue ink from Messy Box, but I'm not sure if you can get that one anymore because they don't make products anymore. And then I'm layering this label with another label that comes from the Second City collection that's also from Basic Grey. And I do that a lot where if I'm using papers or embellishments from a line, I do like to coordinate them a lot just because it's easy to make things go together when they come from the same collection. And I don't stick to that strictly, but I think it's definitely an easy thing to do, and it makes it so you don't have to think too hard about it. So I like the way that turned out a lot. And then I guess I'm going to add these little circle stickers that came in another old Studio Calico kit. I've just been pulling out things that I haven't touched or that I haven't really made use of, and those little circle stickers are really easy to incorporate into a layout because they're so small. And I also love the color blue. I'm always using blue, and you've probably noticed that if you watch many of my videos. And then in this bottom photo, I just have a picture of the lobby at the hospital I was working at. So I'm just going to layer some washi on, but then I kind of mess with this third piece of washi, and I feel like I just can't make it work at all. And I was thinking about incorporating one of these badges in the bottom corner. I was between one that says Rise and Shine because I was at the hospital really early all the time this week. But then I decide I don't really like the way it looks. I kind of like the flares to be in the center of a card just because they're circular, I guess, and they just kind of look like something that should be in the middle. So I take this chipboard camera instead. These are some old Studio Calico chipboard pieces. They have stickers on them on the back, and it's really easy to incorporate cameras into any layout because it's literally relevant to every single layout you make unless you don't put pictures in it. So then I am going back to my weekly number card, and this one is a cut apart card from a Basic Grey collection. I think this one might be the Sunkissed one, but I'm not even really sure. Anyway, but since it already has a tag on it and it already kind of has a design, these are some of my favorite type of cards to use for the week because you can just stamp in the week and then you don't really have to do anything else or put a lot of thought into extra embellishing. Whereas if I often use pattern paper, and then you kind of do have to do a little bit more to embellish it and make it interesting. So since this is the first week in, oh, it's September, I stamped September in one of the little bubbles, and then I'm going to fill in the other one with either a stamp or a sticker. I can't remember which. I guess I go for the stamp, that probably the one that says, there's one that says hello that I like to use when I'm using the month, so it says hello September, hello August, or whatever. So I'm still wanting to add a little something to the bottom of the card, and I find this little chipboard flag that's also from that Studio Calico chipboard set, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom of this card. And I've peeled off the sticky part, so I had to glue it back on. Sometimes I do that on purpose to make it thinner, and then sometimes I do that on accident. It depends how lazy I'm feeling, I guess. And I like to embellish almost everything with some tiny attacher staples. And that's it for that card. Now to the other side of the spread, I already have my journaling card for the week, and I'm just going to add a little circle sticker from the Studio Calico sheet. And I think that's about it for that card. I don't do a ton of embellishing on my big journaling cards because there's just not that much space for them. So I'm thinking about layering it with one of the little arrow stickers. But I don't like the way those arrow stickers look as much on the sheet as they do when you peel them off. Sometimes, like, you know, the sheets have that extra border and it looks better on the sheet than the actual sticker, if that makes sense. So then I'm just going to paste this Instax photo onto this pattern paper. It's just a cute picture of my dog. And I just put a lot of pictures of him in my album because a lot of times he's the best looking thing that I see all week. So, yeah. I added a little arrow sticker there, and I think that looks better when it's not layered with the little circle. And then I use my permanent pen to do journaling on Instax photos because regular pens will tend to smear more. And this is actually another picture of him. You can't see it that well, but he is in between some of the stairs, and it's a super cute picture, so I decided to include that. And I think it's good sometimes to not embellish a photo or two in your layout, just to give it some balance and make it not look too busy. And sometimes I do the opposite, and I just embellish everything. It's really whatever I'm feeling like. You know, project life really does not have to be a perfect thing. Like, sometimes I feel like I get caught up and I strive for a layout to be perfect, and then you kind of just end up disappointed with everything, like every single layout, because inevitably there'll be something you don't like in every single one. So, I mean, this is a good example too, because this was a week where I think this was the week that the hurricane hit Houston, and we were really worried about getting remnants of the hurricane because the pumps in my city were broken. So that was a really potentially bad situation. If we got much rain at all, we could have flooded, and I was really on edge about it because our neighborhood did flood like the week or two before that. So there was this pump near my house that someone put up a tarp on that says, I think I can, and I thought it was so funny. I had to have a picture of that. So this is like a really ugly picture, but as you can see, like, I really like the story behind it. So I added two labels from Kelly Purkey as well, and I don't really like the way it looks that much, but I'm not going to change it because I like the story behind it. So that actually completes the layout. Here's a look at the final thing. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.